Hello, everybody. Welcome to CyberKriya, the home of cybersecurity wisdom, one podcast at a time. I would say I would not call her a guest. I would call her my friend. I still remember a amazing day in DC. We were doing our launch of Cyber Ambassador program, which I will let her talk more about it. And I just saw a young lady sitting right next to me. Um, and we just connected. And I think I felt like she's more of my friend. And I was reading somewhere in the books, it says I think you are a combination of five people you spend time with, right? So she's definitely, I would say, my top one. I would love to keep our friendship, whatever we call it, together. And she just inspires everybody, not just me. She leads, co-chair, amazing community, which I'm also part of, and very I would say that the community itself is close to our heart. I think kind of like a baby. We started now, kind of she's leading it and she's doing amazing job. But again, I don't want to take a lot of thunder out of her, so I will let her talk. And I know she's from her heart and passion. But without further ado, please join me to welcome my friend Rasha Horn. Rasha, welcome to the show.
Rob. Thank you so much for having me. I am honestly humbled and I'm grateful for your friendship. Like you said, we met one day. It was out of the blue. Like I was living in Vegas at the time, and the NICE program was launching the NICE Cybersecurity Career Ambassador program at the Capitol. And it was an event held by SANS. So we appreciate them hosting us. And it was amazing to go to the Capitol. That was my first time. And I just wanted to sit in the back and just see how it is at first. And then there was a nice person. That was you. I got to meet you and Richard. He was also amazing and he was from Texas and we got to know him. So we became really good friends. We just clicked. I don't know how it worked out, but sometimes you just feel like you know this person, you are in the same wavelength and you're just grateful for that. And that was the only time we had met in person for like till another year and a half or so. And so I was really grateful for that. And then I found out you have a daughter and you care about cybersecurity and that you were actually in the program before me. You were one of the main ones that started the program. I came in a little bit later, but before the launch. And also that you've been a volunteer for even longer and you took time off from work, just like the rest of us that attended. I took some time off and flew, and all this was on our dime. So, like, it showed me there's other amazing people that truly care. And those are the people I want to be with. So, like you said, the top five. And you want to be around people that share the same mission. It's not just like a job title or work, like what truly feeds your soul. And it was nice to meet you. So enough about the long entrance, but that's how I felt. And I was so excited. I came home, told my husband I will be more active in this. So just FYI. And ever since then, it's been like nice cybersecurity ambassador career every day, every single day. That's all it's always part of our life right now. It's part of the foundation.
Thank you, Rasha. And I think, as you said, the soul, right? And I think that's probably why we are connected the way we are connected. I see, like you speak from here, and it's just the vibe and the soul and the warmth and just the genuine interest of trying to be the change, not complain, not crib. I think you are the really, and again, you, as I say, you are in my number one top
Thank
five
you.
person. I would love to be in touch, get inspired. So thank you, Rasha, for coming on the show. I do want to give you a moment if you want to introduce yourself. I know we talk about already, but maybe if a audience who may not know you, maybe a girl in Africa, Middle East, or India, I think you are inspiration for her. So
Thank you.
if they get inspired, they want to know who's this lovely lady and maybe get inspired to become like you. So I want to give you a moment to introduce yourself, Rasha, if you
Sure.
are.
Yes, my name is Rasha Horn. That's my maiden name. My actual name that I was born with was Rasha Ramadan. I was born in the Middle East. I'm a daughter of immigrants and refugees. I moved to the US at the age of 10. I was actually born in Jordan. And when I came to the US, the movie Aladdin had just came out. So that shows you how old I am now. But everybody thought we had a camel, and that's what they viewed the Middle East as. But my parents were telling me we were moving to Texas, and I only spoke British English at the time. So I didn't know certain words in American English, like apartment And my dad was saying we're moving into an apartment. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to live with the horses. Like, we don't even have a house or flat or anything. So I was worried how we're going to move here and not have a car and ride horses. And then my friends that I became friends with here thought I rode camels. And until that point, I had never seen a camel in my life because there were no camels. We lived in the city and we had cars and everything. And so it was a different transition. And also, I was blessed and lucky enough to move to Houston. Houston is a melting pot of all the cultures. And that was my idea of America, is like everybody gets to live there. It's the land of the free, the land of opportunity, the land of everyone that has a dream, they can make it come true. And that's how I grew up. So, and we also have NASA. And so like, just growing up here, it gave me the sense that you can accomplish anything. And like Texas gives you all these opportunities and you meet different people and you learn different things. And I was so blessed to have that childhood because after I got older, got married, we lived in completely different places all over the US. And now I totally understand why there's so many differences in the US because not everybody was blessed enough to have an opportunity to get to meet everyone. And sometimes when you don't meet other people or when something is new, sometimes you fear it more than you accept it. So that's why we have some challenges. And it's things like this program that made me love this. It's like you're interacting with everyone. So back to me being in Houston and wanting to be anything and everything. Texas Instruments is also from Texas, obviously. Everybody knows them from the TI calculators. When I was a child, we lived in Saudi Arabia and I was only like 2 or 3. My parents got me this like tablet at the time and it was made by Texas Instruments. And I remember their logo, like TI and the Texas map. And it was a thing that taught you English and then you flip it and it teaches you like you plug in a different thing and it teaches you everything in Arabic. So all the words were in English and then you learn them in Arabic. And then, so whenever my dad told me we're moving to Texas, I was like, oh my God, I want to work at Texas Instruments. Like when I love computers, that's what I want to do. I love playing Doom, the crazy video game. My parents were like, it's very violent for children. Why are you playing it? But I just loved all things computers and computers felt like magic to me. And just like how people say, it's like magic, but it's real. And that's how I feel computers are. So I went to school for computer science and engineering. And from there, after, getting a real grown-up job, I wanted to go into network security and learning more about network security. It transitioned later into cybersecurity because there was no cybersecurity at one point. And then now we have AI. And with AI, we definitely need security. And people just think it's another new thing like, oh, I don't want to do cybersecurity anymore. I want to do AI. It's the coolest thing. We need to be better at explaining that cybersecurity is the foundation of AI. And also cybersecurity is not one career. It's like you have HR at every company. You have cybersecurity at every company. And cybersecurity touches every area of your life. So that's why I'm passionate about this. In my free time, I love to rescue animals and foster animals and have animals. And they just remind me of how scary life is for them as rescues, but they provide so much love. And if we could just give that much love to humans, that maybe we wouldn't have so many differences and wars and misunderstandings. And they come from like horrible situations as, rescues, but they give you a chance. And then you also realize that when sometimes somebody insults a human and says they're acting like animal, I've learned that's horrible to say because I've seen that animals usually only attack when when they're hungry or scared. They don't attack just for fun because they like to bother other people, or you said something and you hurt their feelings and now they're mad at you forever. Like they teach us so many life lessons, and that helps me with cybersecurity. Like I could have a stressed day at work or something and then just realize like, hey, if I just relax a little bit, it won't be so bad. It'll be all right. So that keeps me sane and helps me in my day to day. So it's me and my husband, we don't have children. I love kids and I chose not to have them for my own reasons. But as much as I love them, I want to protect them. And that's another huge pillar in my life about cybersecurity and safety and also being a female. Like I lived alone for 10 years in Dallas and my parents felt safe and confident. Like for me to be an Arabic female and Muslim to live alone, they knew that they taught me the right foundation, but they also knew like they taught me all the things and ways to keep myself safe. And I feel like the children are not getting enough awareness about digital safety. And also the parents are not realizing how fast things are changing with technology. Like back then you would say, keep the door locked and the strangers outside. Now, even if you lock the door, the stranger is in your child's bedroom. So that's something in cybersecurity we need to build more awareness about. And then other than that, I was blessed enough to live all over the US in the past 10 years, and now I'm back in Texas. Houston has always left a huge place in my heart. I always felt home here just because of the people, even though I've lived in some of the most wonderful, most beautiful places like Hawaii and Northern California. But just the kindness of the people in Houston and Texas as a whole, just the whole Southern hospitality has been home. I know I went on a long one.
Oh, no, no. I was just listening in, kind of going in with you in all different places and the whole story, Rasha. So thank you for sharing your personal story. I know we are cyber people. We don't want to talk too much about our. I know we have to live what we preach, right? And they talk about the girls and kids and human aspect and the cyber aspect. And I love the way you were saying, right? We need more like that the kids and I think the more awareness in the uh, to make sure the new generations are safe and secure. That's on us to ensure, right? Nobody is coming to do
Correct.
that, right? And I
Because
think
even
also
when you
as
watch the news, like when people mainly hear about cybersecurity, they hear about hacks, like a company got hacked and maybe your
yeah,
data
yeah.
got hacked. And they're like, oh, and they'll offer you free credit reporting to protect you over the next 3 years. And then so you just think about it like, oh, hacking, money. Okay, well, my money's secure, or I don't go on certain websites, or whatever. But it's not always just about money. It's not always just about your identity. And yes, there are cases where a lot of it happens about money, especially with the elderly. They get taken advantage of, or if someone gets catfished and, they think they're in love with somebody and they send them the money. Of course, there's all kinds of those crimes. But there are other things that a lot of people don't get to see on the news, or when they think of cybersecurity, they always just think of hacking or money.
So now we talk about our nice cyber ambassador program multiple times. That's where kind of our soul is. That's how we are
Yeah.
connected. That's how we started, at least knowing each other. And now I believe you co-chair that amazing ambassador program. So I want to again start from there for our podcast, Rasha. What is this nice cyber security ambassador program? Why did we start it as we started it, and where it is today, and why somebody should be part of it, where no matter where they are, globally or in whatever phase of life or career. So I think I want to deep dive for that for our audience, and maybe
Perfect.
if we can make it like this is we are looking for you. So Rasha, I want to
We are.
give back to you because you lead it. You lead it from your heart and very passionate. So Rasha, what is this program is all about?
Honestly, I would have stopped leading it a long time ago if there was not people like you, because it's the people that make up the program. And the program is about a community, and it's a community of interest. And under the community of interest, we have the cybersecurity career program. So this is under NICE. NICE was created, I think, like around 2010 or 2013 by NIST. And it was about the initiative that we need to work on the cybersecurity careers and the workforce for the US government. And then that was all well and great. But then realizing that it's not just systems, we need people. And in order to secure systems, they can't also just be people that work for the government and they need only certain credentials or whatever. Cybersecurity is everywhere. So NICE decided to make the human element with this program, which is the NICE Cybersecurity Career Ambassador Program. And the whole community is not everybody has to be in cybersecurity. You could be a parent, you could be a PE coach, you could be anyone that's interested in securing our world. Our community meets the second Friday of every month, and it's called the NICE Cybersecurity Career Ambassador Community of Interest. And within it, there's a program where you can become an ambassador if you like. And we're looking for people of all backgrounds, whether you're from law or art or accounting. And that's the whole point, is to demystify what cybersecurity careers are. They're not all about hackers. You don't have to be a hacker. You don't have to be an engineer. We come from all different realms. So if you're, let's say, in the healthcare field, that's amazing. You want to transition into cybersecurity, you already know all about HIPAA and all about certain programs. Like, you don't have to bring in someone that was just an engineer that doesn't know anything about healthcare and have to onboard them. You already have all that. So, and you already know how the doctors think, how the healthcare, what the issues, what you guys have struggled with. Like everybody comes in with their own experience, and that's what cybersecurity is about. So, whenever you join, we onboard you. And then once you get onboarded, it's a 1 hour introduction to the program, what the program is about, explaining also that we're all volunteers. We don't work for NIST. We don't work for NICE. We don't represent either or when we're speaking, we're volunteers. And we do this because we care. And there's not going to be a lot of commitment asked of you. It's just how much can you put in is what you get out for you and your community. And you're also the eyes and the ears of your community. Like, even if before joining this, I didn't know a lot about DC. I just know that's all the government stuff. I'm in the private sector. I've worked in the education sector. I've worked in hospitals, this and that, but I've never worked in government. So I had to learn a lot. And I realized some stuff I didn't like. And I was like, I don't understand why they don't care about private this way or that. But I realized also it's on us. They are in DC. You need people of everyone. And that was a way of DC wanting to also get our input, is inviting people from different sectors, and whether it's education, private, regular community, to be the eyes and ears and relay to DC what's going on. And then we also hear how things are run. And so we can understand better, like, why do we have certain lapses in certain areas? What can we expand on? What can we work on? Truly appreciate that, because it's nice to everybody wants to be heard, and it's nice to be heard and also see growth and impact that will have a ripple effect on our future generations. And the cool thing about this program is NICE built the cybersecurity career framework, which is a good guideline to figure out what the careers are. And it's made to say, we don't care what your background is or your degree. This is the job, this is the skills that it needs. And that way we can all be on the same level foundation for those careers. And that way, whenever private sector tries to hire for a position, they usually look into the NICE cybersecurity career framework. Same thing with like CompTIA and other companies, whenever they try to do the certifications, it helps to all be aligned. So we have, like, a respected place to start out from. And which reminds me, CompTIA yesterday just released the AI security certificate, and
Okay.
it's a mid-level cert, guys. So if you want to start with maybe, networking, security plus, other cool stuff. And the cool thing about this ambassador program, of course, NICE is respected globally and for good reason. And the cool thing is, like, people all around the world know NICE and NIST, and they want to know more and how they can help. So whenever they join this group, they give us their input and we share our input. And we have ambassadors all over the world. And like one you've had on your previous podcast is
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
She has a special place near and dear to my heart. She is so amazing. And when we met her, she was under 18. I found out today that she had just recently turned 18 by watching the podcast. And she's brilliant. And to see that is what gives me energy to continue with this co-chairing or this program, because it was at its infancy, and it's with people like you that put in all this time and effort, like, to make it grow. And sometimes it does feel like a second full-time job, but seeing this is what energizes us, and that's why I love it. And I know just about anybody and everybody can be part of our community. So like I said, you don't have to be in cybersecurity, and we want to hear what you think of cybersecurity, how we can help, and what's happening in your community. What else did I miss?
No, I think you covered everything, and I'm glad you mentioned about Bandana. I was thinking I will ask about her, but yeah, Bandana Kaur, and I was fortunate. I think we were fortunate to know her. She was, I
I
think,
met
maybe
her
six.
because of you, so see, that's another
Yeah,
thing.
she was 16, I believe, when she joined our program, and since then she's like even inspiration for us, right? Like she's so
I'm
young.
so proud of her.
She's going to Black Hat, and the things she's doing is just inspiring. So I feel like, yeah, I think if and that's the role model I want my daughter, the girls of like who are like maybe still kind of so young.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad
because
you
you
brought up your daughter, because I wanted to mention her, but I wanted to see first if it was okay with you. But since you brought her up, this is our third year for this program since launching. And the first cybersecurity career week, which is held every year in October, it was of the launch. The second one, we had our own event in DC, and it was at the Department of Commerce. And that's where you brought your daughter. And I'm so glad I got to meet her. And it was cute to see how like she was shy when I asked her if she wanted to come on stage with you. And she did come on stage with you and she talked and she was super shy and quiet. And then like after that, I see that you're like, here's this podcast she's gonna be doing in the UK and this and that. And it's nice to see like because I said, um, it looks like I love to be an extrovert that's only this much. The rest I like to hide in my shell. So whenever I see people come out of their shell, I love seeing that. So seeing that out of her and her being that young is just amazing. And then later I find out her and Bendia are talking and now they're working on some kind of comic book and this and that. And while there, we also had Suprita. She's in
Yeah.
college. She's working on her PhD right now. And for to see her at that event, she's a college student who spent her own money. Like I said, we're all volunteers to fly to DC from St. Louis on her own dime. She really truly cares and she's been putting in all this work and now she's going into research and all this other amazing stuff. So just seeing all those generations like elementary, high school, college, and they're just so brilliant. It just gives me hope for our future. It's nice to know that it's in good hands, but we need to also help them to become multipliers. Last year's event, well, actually, for last year's event or the year before, 2024, because last year we couldn't have one due to the shutdown. But whenever we had it, Leah had her own online since she was in India and she couldn't come to our event. And then after attending hers, it was so amazing. She had almost like 500 people attend, all students her age. This is the certificate I got. And she created all this on her own. This is her hack with her.
Back with her.
She did a whole amazing program introducing, students to cybersecurity, and she did a great job. And they got to like practice in there and get hands-on experience. It was really brilliant. All this by herself. Like nobody gave her guidance. And that's the cool thing is like, we want you to be you, bring what you are good at, what brings you joy. And honestly, that's what the world needs is like, we don't need another just person, another copy. I feel like cybersecurity, what makes you good at it is that you're different. Like you can't be like everyone else. And so I feel like I excelled that because that could be very different. So with my ADHD and me being social and antisocial at the same time, like this is where I fit perfectly in cybersecurity and problem solving and all that. And it brings me joy to be in this field. But I know if I was in another field, I wouldn't feel as myself. I would have to be like everybody else. And here I thrive as being different.
Love it, Rasha. And I think I had one of the leading IC2 chapters.
Yes, last
Ken,
session
he
I
leads the
saw it.
IC2 New Jersey chapter. And I heard similar kind of a experience as you are referring, right? Like we are so different. And maybe is it one of the reason we love, like you love cyber the way you love, or because I think
Because
you were getting to work. Yeah.
everyone likes to feel special. I used to say, like, I wanna treat everyone like it's their birthday. Because when you treat someone as it's their birthday, like, even if they're in a bad mood, they're just gonna be happy because they feel special. It's all about them. And as much as we like to say we're all about people, at the end of the day, too, like, they say the number one, like, favorite word of people is usually their own name. Like, we're still humans. We're still, like, individuals. We wanna feel special. We wanna feel unique. We wanna feel like we contribute. Because if we don't contribute, we don't feel like there's hope to our life. Like everybody wants to make a difference, even though they say, I don't want to do anything today. Or if you meet anybody that looks lazy, it's just they probably haven't found what they're truly good at or what they enjoy, or someone hasn't pushed them to see what they're good at. They wouldn't be lazy. They would just be everywhere out there. And I feel like in this career or in this field, I truly get to be myself and it pushes like I get to push my own boundaries too and try different things versus like something else where I'm just following a procedure. There's no procedure in cybersecurity most of the time. It's like sometimes something you've never seen before, or you come from a completely different path. Not everybody comes from computer science or IT or whatever. Like that's the cool part.
Yeah. I think Ken was, I think he has similar stories, Rasha. He was telling there is a DJ, ex DJ who became cybersecurity. Now she's like, she does DJ for whatever event I think he's having for his chapter. And there is a school teachers who move into cybersecurity, right? And
Yep.
I think with the Nice Ambassador program, we also say the same thing, right? We need
Yep.
everybody, right? We are
Correct.
not, and our program is open to, as you said, anybody, everybody. across
Correct.
the world, right? I think it started as in North America, but I think we kind of say no. This,
Yes, it's
I think we
global.
realized, right? So right now, if anybody, no matter where they are, right, they can join our program.
Yes, and in order to join it, we'll post a link on the bottom. You'll join our listserv. So you'll just go there and click the link. The link will ask you to send an email basically to our listserv. And once you're accepted in our listserv, which happens automatically, it's an automatic thing, you get an email saying when it's time for the meeting, you click on your calendar invite. And from then on, it assigns you for all the calendar invites for our meetings that we have the second Friday of every month. To attend one session, like our community of interest, you can decide if you want to become an ambassador or not. And if you don't want to become an ambassador, that's fine. We still would love to have you at the community of interest, which is the heart of the program, because we get to hear, what's happening, what we can do, we can connect with everyone, and you meet all kinds of people. Like, it's so amazing. You meet people from all walks of life, from all different locations around the world, and you make amazing friends like you. And I would have never met you. Like, in my field, I travel for work and do other things, but I mean, it's nice to meet people that have, like, again, similar interests and passion and have similar work ethic and things like that. And you realize, like, that's how you can tell a true person is, like, not in an environment where they're at work or they're having to follow certain rules or they're getting paid to do it. This is something you're volunteering to do. And that's where you truly see, like, the person's character. So I love that.
It gives you kind of a purpose, and I'm a big fan of having a purpose or why, right? So I think that why component, right? And yeah, as you can see, right, I think if it was not about for our program, would have not met, right? So we get to know Rasha, we get to know Bandna, and I think get inspired from her.
And
And
also, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
But even like Venna, like just when you're a student or if you're new to cyber and you still don't know what you want to go in, like it's nice to hear the different areas of cybersecurity, or it's nice to hear the different concerns. Like, let's say you wanted to do one thing, but then you realize, hey, like, yes, I wanted to do about financial crime, but now I want to do something with critical infrastructure. This is my thing. Like, I never really thought about going in critical infrastructure. Loved like doing projects for Google and Samsung and all these other fun companies that make like being in tech exciting. You get to go on all these cool business trips. Like I got to go to Disneyland and Disney World. And then when we lived in Vegas, my husband is in the energy sector and he works with critical infrastructure. And whenever we lived in Vegas, the two main things that are big in Vegas are either you work for like the government or critical infrastructure, or you work for casinos. And I didn't want to work in IT or cybersecurity in a casino. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll try working, in electric because that's where he works. So I worked for Berkshire Hathaway and they own different energy companies. And the energy company that we were working at was NV Energy. So I worked under the Berkshire Hathaway umbrella. And since that was the location where I could go and my boss was in a completely different state, the only place I can go to that was close to home was NV Energy. So I got to go to work with my husband, which was fun. I never thought I'd ever work with him because we're completely different fields. He does like transmission and distribution and critical infrastructure for like natural disasters. And he went back to school and got a cybersecurity degree. So that was after we met, and he is way better than I am. Wanted to say I didn't want to work there at first. I was like, it sounds kind of boring. Like, it's like saying you work for the water plant or you work for the electricity. Like, it's not shiny and googly and fun. And then once I got a job there, I had an amazing boss who would like entrust me with different projects. And I was in the app security department. It was really, really cool. Like, you realize obviously how important critical infrastructure is. And God forbid if our electric grid goes down, what could happen? Like the hospitals will go down, the lights, the cars start crashing into each other. You can't get a hold of anyone. Like you always see into the world stories that are kind of crazy, but like one that caught my eye that was really like that that gives a great thing. I think it was like Leave the World Behind. It was on Netflix with Julia Roberts. And like the grid goes down and it's an emergency and nobody can get a hold of anyone. All the Teslas start driving themselves from the car dealership, crashing into each other. Planes start falling from the sky. Like cybersecurity is very important. And it pushed me more into looking into, this is not a government job, but it has to do with the government. And that's how I learned about CISA. Like CISA deals with critical infrastructure and they do a partnership with, private companies like the electric and, water towers and hospitals and all that for critical infrastructure. And they're also a government entity. I'm sorry. Do you hear the puppy?
No, that's okay. I think. I
Okay.
love it. I think everybody loves dogs, right? So yeah, we're good.
But yes, you never know till you're put in around other people that you might actually like something else in cyber because it's a huge facet. It's like all the different, it's like a prism and all these lights come out. And that's what I feel like cybersecurity is. And good luck following which light you want to follow.
So do you think cyber, okay, so it's a career for you, but it also makes you a better human being, a better person? I feel like, uh, what's your take on that? Because I'm hearing the sensing that, but I want to hear from you. Like, does it make you like why? Or maybe I want to know why it does that, and maybe if you think that that is a correct statement.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved to be a police officer or something like that, or a surgeon, save lives that way, or a paramedic. First off, I wanted to be a doctor at one point, and I was like, I can't do blood. Also, I get scared of other things. Like, I can't see myself like arresting someone or not being scared of someone that's stronger than me. But I can see myself protecting other people from behind a computer that I'm good at and I enjoy. And everyone wants to care about their loved ones. I'm sorry, are they getting too loud?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, they're still puppy. So basically, like, you wanna care about your loved ones and you wanna do something that feels good, but not everybody's as lucky to where their job can be something that they truly love. Like, sometimes you have to have a job to pay your bills, and it could be in your sector, but it's not something you totally enjoy. But then you realize, like, if you could do both, why can't you? And then you start meeting different people, like, that's what a good community is for, and they can help you, like, realize, "Hey, maybe you should start a podcast, maybe you should publish a book, and maybe you should do this." And then you realize, like, that's what we're all about. We were meant as a community, and that's how we become better people. When you help someone, somebody helps you, that's how we become resilient. And that's also like a safety net. And it's just, you start to enjoy life. And it sucks going to just work, just punching in the clock and something you don't enjoy. So it's nice that you have something to enjoy, you have a purpose, you can make good money, you are helping secure your country, your home, like, it's a matter of also national security. Like, everything is national security. So you want to be safe. And I just feel like this does it all for me and it makes me feel good.
I think I want to touch one part before I think go to the next phase for
Sure.
our ambassador program. So I think you said anybody can join our community of interest,
Yes.
but then you can. The next level is being ambassador. So
Yes.
for being ambassador, what some or who should become ambassador, and then what they should be doing to kind of maintain that ambassador,
Perfect.
whatever. I think we
Yeah.
have some guidelines, right?
Yes. So once you join our community of interest, if you like it, you want to become an ambassador, we'll tell you when the next information session is, and you'll attend one. We'll tell you all about the program. Basically, you have to do one event a year. It's very simple in your community. But let's say you're not an outspoken person, you prefer to be behind the screen. If you want to do a blog or if you want to do a podcast or you're doing something in a small classroom, like, you do a session to speak about different careers in cybersecurity. And that's basically it. It's just you're building awareness about how anybody can get into cyber and also what are the different venues. Like, we don't mentor you in this program. This is not a mentorship program. We will lead you to mentors. Like, we'll tell you about ISC squared. They have amazing things. We will tell you about, Society of Women Engineers or whatever society is in your area or what's going on in your area. And we can help you with those connections. And the cool thing is too, like, you get to meet different professors, researchers, you get to meet, like you said, even students. Like, sometimes students don't know what they want to do when they're finishing high school or even in college, like if they want to go in research or they want to go in something else. So you just have to do one session to just build awareness. What we would love, the point of this too, is for you to gather data. Let us know what's happening in your community. How did this impact your community? Did they eventually, like, we do a follow-up? We'll do the follow-up on your behalf and see, like, did this persuade them into going to cyber? Did this change their idea of cyber? Did they decide to get a cert? Did they decide to want to go to college? And also, you're opening up their eyes. Not everybody has to get a college degree, especially now, like with AI and technology, like exponentially accelerating, that the universities can't keep up with the curriculum to get it approved and edited and figure out what the companies need. And that's why, like, companies like Google and others started, like, coming out with their own certs, like cybersecurity Google certificate. It won't definitely get you the job right away if you take it, but it'll open up your eyes, and they have amazing trainings in their Google program It's basically free. Like they offer scholarships and you can take it on Concursa. You take it, you see if you want to do cybersecurity, and their instructors are amazing. And then it prepares you for like Security Plus. And once you take Security Plus, if you feel like Security Plus is good, then you feel like cybersecurity is for you. But if you hated Security Plus, which is like the good foundation of cybersecurity, then you don't want to do that. But again, the cool thing is you can go through boot camps, certifications. Most of it is going to be hands-on skills. Like in the future, it's not going to just be all degrees. But the only thing caveat I have to say is please, please be careful of a boot camp that wants to charge thousands of dollars and guarantees you a job. No one can guarantee you a job. Okay. And if they do, maybe it's like through their company or something, which is amazing. But also be careful. There's so many programs out there that offer scholarships, grants, or covered by, financial aid. Do not go invest your own money into something just because you think that's what's going to be the solution. And get guidance from mentors and find someone that has the career that you want and find them on LinkedIn and ask them. Like, people are excited to help.
So, call to action for our audience, anybody listening in, no matter what age, which location, where you are, whether you are kind of still in college or whatever, you're still figuring out. Maybe you feel there is not many jobs because we always hear now this whole fear of AI taking over the entry level job and things like that, right? I was reading somewhere like the cybersecurity is never the next big thing, but we're always part of that next big thing, right? So now, even with AI, right, we're kind of a horizontal. We are not a vertical, but
Correct.
we are like inherent there. You have to. So no matter what, I feel like cybersecurity jobs may still be relevant, right? Even if AI,
Correct.
yeah. Do you agree with
Because you
that?
have to secure AI.
Yeah,
Like, who's gonna do it? You
yeah,
need those people.
yeah.
So AI, yes, you're just gonna have AI secure itself. It's nice and all, but you still need a human to oversee that because you can't fully trust just the AI on its own. Like it still needs supervision, like human supervision.
Trust but verify, or never trust but verify, the zero trust, right? So yeah, so you need that kind of a
Correct.
guardrail or governance around it. So yeah, if you're listening into Russia, I think you already kind of sold out on, I think, just listening to her, the energy, the community we bring with nice cybersecurity ambassador program. Please join us. We will share the link and details. You can just join it. It's free of cost, right? There's no like cost. We're
It's
not
free.
charging.
We'll never ask you for money. If anything, we'll hopefully connect you with some people that have like other organizations that you can grow from there, whether you find internships through them or get jobs through them or just get different kinds of experience. Also, we meet now once a year if all goes well in person. So hopefully we'll get to see you all for Cybersecurity Career Week in person. And that way we can celebrate all the stuff you've been doing throughout the year. We get to meet each other, the community, one on one. It's nice to do that. And also, the more we do of these things, the more we build a bigger impact. Like just saying how AI might replace certain jobs. Well, like if more people are involved and they discuss, like, let's say AI takes all the entry level cybersecurity, then where are you going to get the mid level cybersecurity people? Like, you need to still have entry level to train them so they can become the mid level when the mid level leave or go to senior, so you still have to have different things. But right now, we're at a race where most companies are like, we got to be the first ones in AI against other countries for our safety, which is good and everything. But if we release it, we can't bring it back in the box. Like once you unleash the box, you can't bring the box. So the more participation of people that want to, look into cybersecurity and securing AI and governing AI and all that great stuff, that's where you'll have a career and you'll also guarantee that it's going to continue to be safe for the next generation and for you. And then you won't also realize like what happened because it's moving so fast. Like one day you're going to be like, oh, AI just took over everything. Like, where was I? But that's why you join organizations like this, because some stuff you don't see in the 2-minute news station or you don't see that on like all the shows. So you need to get out of your bubble and meet different people and learn about what's going on out there. And communities like this are the best.
Be part of a tribe or community, right? That would be like
Yes,
your, yeah.
exactly. Like just anything happens, even if you have a problem at work, let's say, and I have never experienced, let's say, this in my cybersecurity position at my company, and we have an issue. you don't share exactly the details, but if there's a problem, like you need guidance or there's something that you think you can grow in, it's good to know someone that's already doing it. Not everything can be taught in a textbook. Like this is real life application that you need, and you'll meet people that have that real life application in the different sectors. And that's what the community is about. And especially if it's a free community, like they're spending the time and effort and they want to help you versus you're having to go and pay for something. And that's just, you feel like it's just a transaction. And yes, check some boxes, but it really doesn't benefit you because you didn't get the hands on experience.
Thank you, Rasha. I do want you to maybe speak to that young girl or maybe young boy. I think we will try to be unbiased here, but I'll say I think a young kid somewhere, maybe in US or anywhere, Middle East, Africa. If you can speak, maybe assume she or he's listening to you, how she or he can become like you. Maybe okay, they don't have the resources as probably we have. We are blessed to have the resources,
We are
at
really
least
blessed.
in this country, or maybe somebody who maybe here in the US but don't have resources which you would like to have.
And
Is
that's what
there
I
a,
wanted to hit on the US, not everybody having the resources.
yeah, I think it depends, right? We are kind of a um, fortunate, we have all the resources and our kids are, but if anybody who doesn't have the resources, what they can still do today to maybe navigate that whole struggle and maybe still become like somebody who can be like Russia.
Hopefully, they'll be a billion times better than me and have a bigger impact. But honestly, like I said, I was blessed enough to have lived in so many different places. And I was telling you, like, I thought all of America was like Houston. And Texas has some really good schools. Like, we have amazing schools, even if they're not the top rated in some of the districts, they still have pretty good schools. And I thought, that was normal everywhere. So, not everybody's as blessed with the best schools. Especially public schools everywhere. Also, not everybody has the same resources. Like I've lived in the Midwest. I've lived in smaller areas of, where it's mostly rural. And yes, they have technology, they have things, but like they didn't have high speed internet at the time. And so just imagine you're a student, you need to do your homework, like how difficult it is. What they had with satellite internet. Satellite internet is so expensive, and you also get a cap of the data. Like at the time, I think it was like 2 gig for the whole month. Like, and I used it up like all in, I think, a day because I came from Houston. We had unlimited high speed internet. And my husband's like, you just used our whole month's capacity. So to me, okay, we were able to call them and be like, okay, we need to get another gig to last us a month and learn to calm it down. But if you're a student, I didn't know the struggles. Like, I'm like, okay, they're in the US, they're American, they're white, they have everything. No, it doesn't matter what color or race or where you're from. Like, everyone has some kind of disadvantage and everyone has some kind of advantage. What we're blessed with over there is they had they were able to go to the library and check out some Wi-Fi, but it's hard also if there's not enough. So after joining this program, I learned that, if you're a teacher or someone in a certain community, there are grants out there where they help like provide certain computers and laptops and internet, and they can work with internet companies to come out there and put like high speed internet. But a lot of times, like living in the city, I didn't think about rural America, how disadvantaged they are. They don't get high speed internet at the time, or you don't think about, like, let's say I lived in Hawaii. I didn't realize, like everything is so expensive. We know that, but I didn't realize even their electricity is so expensive. Like here we are, you want to use all this stuff. So I'm sure they don't run all the data centers and have all this cool stuff that you have. But we have to remember to learn, like, use the library resources. And then whenever you connect with the library, try to also go out there and do your own search. Like the only reason I found out about the cybersecurity career ambassador program, after I left Hawaii, I was living on the big island, which, is not as touristy. So it didn't have as much funding. And it also doesn't do a lot of cyber. As soon as I went to Vegas, I was like, I'm joining every cybersecurity group. So I went into my ISSA and later joined the board. I was on ISC squared, and I didn't have all those opportunities on the big island. But if I would have, known about a program like this, I would have connected with the community, but there wasn't a community like this that I could connect with on there. So it's nice to connect with communities. So you search for this stuff. And once you connect with communities, they'll tell you like what you can do, what you can't do, how they can help you. And the good thing is this is all remotely. You learn later that, you can attend sessions in a different country or a different place. But what I want everyone to know that we are blessed. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you really want something, I know it's not magic. It doesn't just happen. Not everybody's privileged, but you'll find someone that will eventually listen. Never stop sending like emails asking for support or growth or scholarship or whatever. If someone sees how passionate you are, they'll figure out a way to help you. And there's people that you even hear about in world war stricken countries and they get out of there because they
Yeah.
were brilliant and they tried so hard and someone heard their story and saw how like passionate they are about something and they knew how difficult it would be for them, but they found a way for them. So don't ever think there's no way out. There's always a way. And start with something like just join a community and also never put your own money up front. Like there's always something with free resources that you can learn. YouTube right now can teach you all about how to be a cybersecurity
Yeah.
person with amazing podcasts, amazing trainings without even having to go to college. And last time actually I was at his Black Hat or one of the other conferences, the US government was coming to look there for the top talent because they want the people that didn't go to college that were like so passionate about hackering and doing it for good and this and that. So it's not like you always have to get the degree from MIT or somewhere else. And I love those schools and they provide a lot of things. But at the end of the day, a lot of those schools help you with a community and connect you with people. But if you can't go or pay that fee to connect with those people, there's communities like this for free to connect you with people. So I know I might have rambled, but I just want everyone to know that there's always some kind of way. And even if you email someone and you don't hear right away, please don't give up on that person. They might be replying to other people or they might be busy. It doesn't mean they don't care about you. Something might have happened, but just keep pushing and you will find whatever you're passionate about, you will find a way. And just honestly, everything and anything is possible.
Yeah. So no matter what, you will find your way. Just keep trying.
Yes.
Perseverance.
I mean, especially look, we're immigrants. Like a lot of the stuff isn't so easy, but we don't give up. So, and just think that if you're already from here and if you're born and raised here or you're born and raised in a country and you have, at least a public library, and not everybody might live in an area where they have those, but in a different country. But if you live in the US and you have a public library, you have the whole world. You have the internet, you can have anything. And from there, your problems can start to get better and get solved. And you can make a path for yourself. I don't know how many kids now go to the library. I used to love going there as a child all the time. I know life is different now and I don't have children, so I don't know how many go, but that's part of the thing too of the ambassador program this year since America's hitting 250
Yeah.
year anniversary.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're hoping to accomplish is have 250 events around the US to celebrate the 250th anniversary. And I wanted it to be not a burden on anyone because, this is a volunteer program at a hotel or something to have at the event. We all have public libraries. The public libraries belong to the government and they all love to do community events and they would love to celebrate Cybersecurity Career Week. So we'll have an event at not all the public libraries, but at a public library near you, hopefully. And we're going to utilize that. And same thing with the Smithsonian museums. We're going to try and do events there for Cybersecurity Career Week where they'll also be free because those belong to the government. So you can attend for free, you can learn free, connect for free.
Thank you, Rasha. Thank you again for what you do. Anything else you want to touch or cover? I may not have I missed it, or I know you had your list, or I think you were. Yeah, you want to share for our audience, Rasha?
I think we've hit it all, but as I was saying, and you said, it's all at the end of the day, we're talking about cybersecurity, and some people might think this is a tough field or they have to be an engineer or whatever. We're trying to tell you, no, it's about you as a human, as a person. It's about people. So at the end of the day, it's about people. We need people. Whether you have the skills or not, skills can be taught. But your passion and you caring, that's kind of hard to teach. We don't want just someone to do a job. We want someone that truly cares, about making a difference. And you're all welcome.
Yeah, and I feel like I might have become somebody else too, but I think without cyber, the purpose and this whole tribe and be part of a community and tribe and be able to support each other, back each other, do the volunteer work, and maybe if I can contribute back to the society, maybe 1%, I think that's feel like you feel the life is worth whatever you're doing is worth. That everybody wants to earn money and I think be a living and pay bills and everything. That's just important part. But I think this part also has to be there, like the giving back to the
Yeah.
community, giving back to a society as well is very important and fulfilling.
But how can you even live without cyber? Like, cyber is on everything.
Yeah.
So it touches every area of your life. And also, how cool is it that you're in like something that touches every area and someone can turn to you and you might be able to help them? Like, you might be able to help an elderly person not get scammed, help a child not talk to a person on Roblox to be careful, like, what you do, save someone's life because they might be on the computer and someone might want to, short them or something and might lead to horrible things. There's so many things. And every day you're seeing stuff about cyber that is happening so fast. Like even the Super Bowl was talking about cybersecurity with the hey, search party for your dog and partnering with Flock and surveillance and all that stuff. Like all that affects every day to day life. And technology can be amazing. It just needs to be protected and it needs more humans to protect it. So that's why we need you.
Thank you, Rasha. Thank you for again what you do. Thank you for
You?
being my one of top 5 person. I wanna spend time, connect. I know we don't probably talk as often as we should, but whenever we talk, we still feel like it's coming from heart. And so, thank you again for leading our amazing, nice cybersecurity ambassador program. I know you have a lot of great ideas. I heard we are doing this 250 anniversary event and in library. I would love to be part of it as well. And hoping to see you in person and the amazing community as well.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you as well. And also let everybody know that you're working on your other books. You already published one book that was amazing. And you published that after, like, since we've met, you've done so much. You published a book, working on other books, and you've launched this podcast. And it's nice to see, like, the transition of everyone, like, what develops, who you get to meet, all that cool stuff. And to also be, invited on your podcast. So thank you so much. And I will talk to you later.
No, this is, I would say, more of a selfish because I get to learn a lot. I want to record and I want to
Me
document
too.
my
Remember, you're helping
connections.
me start
Yeah.
my own. You
Yeah.
told me what to do to start my own that I've been wanting to start, but I'm not as brave as you. So I will learn.
Okay. So I feel like when I maybe we become old and maybe this is something would probably would be there and maybe we just watch it. I don't know. This is, I would say I have some selfish thing in this podcast, but I'm learning a lot, Rasha. And thank you again.
There's no good deed that's not selfish. It still makes you feel good, right? Even if you do something nice for another person, it's still selfish. You still feel good after, but there's different kinds of selfish and we're human, so that's good. But I love this because it'll have a ripple effect. Like one person will share it with another person that you would have never met and they'll get to hear something new that they would have never heard of. So it's cool to be able to have a ripple effect on something you were doing as, a hobby or something selfish, because at the end of the day, look how many people it's going to help that you might never hear about them, but there might be the ones that will secure or save our planet one day.
Yeah. And please keep doing what you do.
You too, buddy.
Smiling, spreading love, warmth, and bringing all of us together, leading such a amazing community. And yeah, maybe we get more bandanas in our ambassador program, and she became the leader, and she started, and which is she already doing it. So
She is.
hopefully, the younger generation, the kids, the girls, and all over the world would join. And so, thank you again for what you do, Rasha, and thank you for
Thank
coming on
you.
the
And
show.
next one, I'm going to suggest to you Sapritha to have on your next podcast. And she also started her own. So hopefully, maybe you'll be on hers. And I'm supposed to be on hers, but I've been pushing it for a while with other things. So she hopefully understands, but I'll be probably on there next. But she's been doing amazing. And I know like you're one of her role models. So I appreciate that. And tell your daughter I said hi and your wife. And hopefully I'll see them, in October, or if you guys visit Texas in the summer, let us
Thank
know.
you. Sure, and I will probably support that. Maybe we should also do with one with Richard, right? Maybe you and Richard, and,
Exactly.
and maybe bring our own other
Dude,
amazing.
he loves you. He was like, he's
Yeah,
so awesome. I was like, I know. He's the one I was telling you about because he kept hearing your name, and I'm glad you guys got to meet. So that was really
yeah,
great.
yeah, and other people from our working group and our ambassador program. But thank you again,
Yeah.
Rasha. Uh,
Thank you. You
I
have
will
a
let
wonderful
you take
day.
care of your puppies, lovely puppies, and the
Thank
things you're
you.
doing. Thank you again, Rasha, for coming on the show.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Same to you. Bye.